Americans who lived at the time of our nation's founding certainly were heroes, and they participated in what was a divinely directed miracle. We brought about a revolution that ended up being successful, a revolution against what was, at that time, the world's greatest superpower. It was an unlikely group of rebels, certainly an unlikely group of victors. But they succeeded because they stood on principle. They succeeded in spite of the fact that they were underfunded, in spite of the fact that they were militarily weak, in spite of the fact that they were, even at that time, a minority within a minority. They didn't have the overwhelming support of everyone, even on this continent, and yet they chose to do what they knew was right because they cared about future generations of Americans. The Constitution is itself the product of a miracle because it's still intact. Almost 226 years after it was written, it's still intact. It's still our governing document. That in and of itself is a huge accomplishment. It also has fostered the development of the greatest civilization the world has ever known. That's no small accomplishment. Miracles that occur to me personally are sacred, and I hold them as such. But I will say this, miracles are real. They do exist. We have to look for them, and we have to be able to recognize them when they do happen. But this world, this universe, is governed by an all-knowing, loving God who is very mindful of us and wants us to be happy. When we seek for His miracles and when we recognize them for what they are, they will continue to happen.